Alright, well we're back. We got our little bore scope. That's looking at the gear. Gear looks pretty good. I don't know if you can hear that clicking. If you can't hear that clicking, it sounds to me like there is a ball bearing in there that has a race failure. Not a race failure, sorry, a cage failure. And what you're hearing is the balls spinning and then falling together. That is what that sounds like to me. Spin it again. Yep. Now there is no friction at all on the wheel. I don't hear any grinding noises. I just hear that clicking. And it's multiple clicks at times. It's not just one. It's kind of random. Got plenty of oil in it. You can see it. But to me, that is a cage failure on a ball bearing. So, well, I guess that trans is coming out. It doesn't appear to have done any massive damage because it can sound good, but occasionally I think what's happening is it's probably one of the bearings that supports this gear, and it has gotten to the point where if all the balls get on the bottom or on one side, the gear can move. I don't believe it's jump teeth, but the gear can move enough to where it's chewing up those sensors like we saw the other day. So that, I think, is my problem. I am hopeful that it hasn't spun. It doesn't seem like it did. Because if it damaged the case, then you have a big issue. But, you know, it is what it is. So, that's kind of what I think we've got. We've got a ball bearing failure internal to that transmission. And we're going to have to do, because like I said, all the teeth on the gear look just great. Except for that, you can hear the balls. That sounds like bearing balls to me. You can see the lube. It's just looking perfect. But that would explain it. If we've got a bearing that's supposed to be locating this gear that has lost its race, and the balls are not where they're supposed to be, it's not maintaining the center, and that can allow this gear to move. That would also explain the instantaneous failure that I had when I was going to work that day, because everything was perfect, and then all of a sudden, pop, everything went to shit, and it's been crap since. The cage failures on bearings are extremely difficult to predict, and they They can give warning if you know what you're looking for if you're doing vibration analysis, but obviously I wasn't on this because most people don't do serious, you know, Fourier transform type vibration analysis on their auto transmissions. So I think that's what we got. This trans is going to have to come out. So we're going to learn some more things. Luckily, it's kind of tiny. It's not that bad. But yeah, this trans is going to have to come out. And if it's just that bearing, if I can get a replacement bearing for $100 or whatever, man, I will consider myself extremely lucky that that's all that it is. But I believe that we have a bearing failure on this gear that the shaft reads, and that has taken out the sensors. So I guess that's my final update before we start tearing the thing apart. So there you go. We will keep you posted, but if you do get one of those sensor codes and you hear any noise from inside that transmission, you know, some of that squealing was probably the races slipping on balls and stuff like that, and it just wasn't happy. So yeah, there we go. So hopefully we can get this thing apart in the next few weeks and get down to where that bearing is and see if we can salvage this. Everything else sounds perfect, but I think that I've got a bearing failure on whatever gear shaft this is that the primary speed sensor reads. So there you go. That's the update. We'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.